be Mr. Massey for the day.
Make sure your goofy ass doing it. It goes viral then. There you go. Johnny Knoxville.
Hey, do we got a kicker ramp you could launch off of or something?
Man, I just got back from vacation. I really don't want to take any more time off. I like all the black. The black looks much better.
How's that hair feel in the wind?
Harry! It's cold! You want my extra pair of gloves? It is the Rockies. Dude, I can totally see him rocking this down the drag strip. That is a classic, bro. Huh? No, he's alright. Okay. Or I say old. I'm old, so. So we are at Late Model Engines today, dropping off an engine. I don't want to say whose engine it is, but we're dropping one off to get some work done. Picking up 2 engines, 2 actually high horsepower engines we're picking up. But we're also here because Bryan Neelen, one of the owners of Late Model Engines, has a C7 Z06 Corvette. Just did his own heads and cam package to it, so I'm going to build a startup file for it and get it running. It's got a new clutch and everything, so let him break it in, and then he will be driving it back to our shop, hopefully in a couple days, where you'll see it on our dyno. But come check out the shop and we'll show you a few things. A lot of cool stuff. We got a lot of motors being built at the moment. One of our big race motors we got, castings here. Look at the size of this thing. So they still got to obviously do a lot of work to it as far as the chamber goes and all the valves and everything, but that's a big head. That's a big head. I love it. I love it. Dude, I think we're gonna make some power with that one. Ooh. I mean, you see how it's, don't get me wrong, this way, but look at the difference. Wow. Dude, the chamber looks huge. I mean, it looks huge in there compared to that. You know what I mean? And this is a Brodix. These are big heads. You know what I mean? This thing's gonna be insane. I'm curious to see what it flows at 700, 800 lift. You know? Yeah, that's a mean. On most of our packages, they get, it's a billet front cover, so it deletes the active fuel management and all that stuff. There's one being built as we speak. pretty cool. You can see that cylinder head's getting done. This one you can actually see it opening up in the chamber, doing the valves. So, depending on the casting of the head, some castings come with literally a hole like this for the intake and a hole for the exhaust, meaning there's like nothing. Depending on the casting, they actually have their own program to open it up. So you can see this. They come here, see how it's bare, see how small this hole is? And when they're done, it'll actually be their own program. So you can see how small that is. So it starts off like that, and then the finished product after it comes out of that machine looks more like the one I showed y'all earlier. What they're doing is they're just decking the block, meaning they want to make sure it's a complete, flat, 100% sealed. So when you go to put the cylinder head on it, we know it's flat, right? So it's decking the block right now.
Tire to make like 1150.
Really?
Yeah. That's for that Vengeance, that Eddie Blackwell.
That white
C5.
Yeah. That thing's sick.
It should go like 205 or 210 or something.
441 cubic inch, solid roller, obviously. Big heads, big intake. I want to say those are like the mass style Moses heads is what they call them, with twin big ass throttle bodies. And don't quote me on it, but I bet you it's making over 1,000 flywheel. Now that's on the 1,000 horsepower. We saw flywheel horsepower, so on a dyno, it's making that. To the rear wheels, you know, that might be like 900, something like that. But if I had to guess, 1,000 to 1,100, maybe 1,100 flywheel. That could get it over 900 rear wheel horsepower depending on the drivetrain. And that's naturally aspirated. That's no boost, no nitrous, no nothing. That's a super sick motor. Super sick motor. Very expensive. Very. Do they care if we show this? Okay. Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's pretty gangster. That is gangster for NA stuff. And again, I'm not an NA guy. I would just throw some boost on it and be done. But some people like NA stuff, and it costs a lot of money to play, but that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it. Real engine builders like doing NA stuff. Right here. What size cubic inch is that?
400.
400?
3750 stroke, 4125 bore.
F1894?
F1894.
So yeah, what y'all see on most of our cars we build, this is pretty much similar setup, just the LS motor versus the LT stuff.
This made 1400 on the dyno with this configuration.
Sick. So again, 1400 flywheel, depending on the drivetrain, you're looking at, you know, roughly 1200 rear wheel horsepower. That's pretty sick. How much boost?
15.
15 pounds? Oh. Efficient. Efficient.
9,000 RPM.
9,000 RPM? Oh, that helps.
It's
That
a
helps.
Jezel valve train, a bunch of nice stuff in there.
That's sick.
Jezel lifters, Jezel rockers.
Very
Did you have
sick.
bushings in this block?
Yes.
Yeah, so bronze bushings, bronze lifter bushings, Jezel 937 keyway lifters, or no, link bar lifters, I'm sorry.
Very sick.
Daily dry sump.
Yeah.
Where did it come from?
This is a California car.
Okay.
So Bryan purchased it in California, had it shipped down here, I'd say about 3 months ago. Yeah, he drove it for a while,
Okay.
stock, and then he was like, it's time to make some horsepower. So we pulled the motor out, did this full package on it,
Yeah.
and here it is now. He got the tires, we got the Toyo Proxys that we recommended for him because all the added horsepower is going to need some traction. 888Rs on here. Super sticky. He said he wants to take it to COTA and like MSR, some of the road course
Heck yeah.
tracks. Yeah, so it's going to be fun. So he actually has them all the way around. So stickies all the way around. it should be fun.
That's
So
cool.
it's good now. It has spring tension. It's like right in the middle.
Okay. We'll know on the dyno if we gotta make it tighter or not.
So it's got
Bryan put all the ARP bolts in here.
On the front.
bolts up
Classic.
here.
Yep. All the nice Allen.
So it's got the Lingenfelter pump.
The big bore pump.
Yeah, and it's got the FIC injected.
The 30% larger.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the 38% flow.
Okay.
Looks clean as shit, dude. And you can
If
see
you
what
got
we
rid
can
of
do-
all the and just
see
had
what we can do to the valve.
That's
I
what I'm
know,
saying.
You could ditch that whole harness up there too.
yes, all this can be moved, and then just have late model racecraft written on that valve cover, or late model engines written right on that valve cover, like 2" to a 2 1/8" inch header with the new Edelbrock head that they just finished porting on, with a big custom grind camshaft, still hydraulic roller.
VVT delete front cover.
Yep, the billet front cover from them. Essentially, so picture our 850 package on steroids is what this is. It's just a batter head, bigger head, flows a lot more, larger headers because of it. Boost, we're spinning this blower harder than we normally do on our normal package stuff. 5-inch airbox though, which is what we run. Same with the 103 throttle body. Got the expansion tank for extra cooling, and then flex fuel sensor for E85. So that's going to be the challenge when we go to dyno it. How much E85 we'll be able to run, if we can run straight E85 or not. He does have the big bore pump, mechanical fuel pump on it, with the 30% larger LT4 injectors. So we'll just today we're just trying to get the car to start up and run. That way he can drive. He's got what clutch is in it? Monster clutch?
Yeah, triple.
A monster triple clutch in it. So the goal today is to get it started up, running. I'm going on vacation tomorrow, thank God, for a week. He can put miles on the clutch and everything once everything's good. Then when I get back in town, he'll bring it over and we'll dyno it then. And that's when we'll see when we can run out of fuel. All right, so I've been in there for the past 45 minutes or so building the startup file. This is just a startup file. Hopefully it'll crank and run, and then we'll have to modify from there. Because this is a, this isn't your average little build. These are with the big heads on it, the big headers, E85, flex fuel, the bigger injectors, yada yada yada. So I'm gonna put the startup file in it now, and they built it, not me, so we'll see if anything comes apart.
Does anyone have a prediction?
Like horsepower?
Yeah.
Man, I'm curious what they think it's gonna make. You want my predictions?
Yeah.
Like when we're done?
Yeah.
So on E85, through the manual, depending on what percentage E, I would, and again, this is their new port work for the supercharger, I'm gonna say 800 rear wheel horsepower. Our 850 package that y'all see with the manuals, I think the last big one we did was like 770 to the tires. Now again, this is a way bigger head, way bigger headers than E85, so it should make over 800 rear wheel horsepower, but man, these LT4 blowers, they're not big, so it's really how efficient you can get the engine, and they got the engine is pretty efficient as you can make one of these LT motors. So 800 plus, I would think. Hey, how much is y'all's prediction horsepower? Have y'all been predicting?
Like mid-8s, I would say.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah, I said 800, right over 800.
Yeah.
You know? Like, just because that LT4 blower, it's a 1.7 liter, so it's only so big, right? It's just how efficient can we get the engine, which, like I said, they got the engine pretty efficient. So it should be pretty gangster. I'll fire it up and see if it moves, but normally it defaults to 40 when it's wrong. takes a second to prime with the mechanical pump. If you can tell it's an exhaust leak, or the O2's dead, or a really bad exhaust leak.
Yeah, it's got a bad exhaust leak.
Okay. Is it on the, you think the flange itself?
I think it's a gasket.
Yeah. I'll just save this and we'll go from there. The other gasket on it. I know Nick always.
Well, I usually copper spray them, but we just threw them on. They're actually.
It's crazy that one actually.
That
sealed.
one, that's my side.
Yeah. I mean, you can try to redo it like that, but man, they always say to run theirs. Do you have them here or no? But I think
it's pulling in air pretty bad because it's loud.
So I'll make that one change. Guys, I'm turning the AC down here. InShaneDesigns.com right now, a dual giveaway. You got a chance to win the Gladiator 6x6. The next car is also a Celine. We've got 8 days left remaining to win that, guys, and we added 2 new shirts to our merch collection. You got the Racing Flag t-shirt, and then we also have the Skull t-shirt, guys. So go check it out, get some new merch, and man, to be honest, the designs look pretty badass to me, and you get a chance to win a new vehicle. Go get yours today. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. A little bit different than our normal stuff. Some behind the scenes at the machine shop. Bryan and Pecos have been good friends of mine for a long time. They've been doing all my machine work, all my engines, right as I opened the doors of this shop. So they are a big part of what we do here. As you can see, there's a bunch of cars behind us with engines all taken out of them that are over there being built, and a lot of them are, almost every single one of them is 1,000+ rear wheel horsepower build. So there will be plenty of good videos to come. Been on vacation for a week, and while I was gone, I told Bryan to put some miles on his car that we put the startup file in. It does have a monster triple disc clutch, and you gotta heat cycle these clutches before you dyno them. That way you don't just burn the disc right up. So today he dropped his car back off with us, so on the next video, hopefully you'll see this thing on the dyno to see how much horsepower it makes. Until next time, guys,